And you know these UFC fighters, bro? Like, let's look at Josh Emmett, for example. That dude's face is fucked. And he just had a war with Yair Rodriguez. He got fucked up by Yair Rodriguez. Um yeah, I don't really understand why he's still fighting, because you're never gonna be champ. You're never gonna be interim champ. Honestly, I just don't understand why he's still fighting, because okay, you're a fringe contender, you're a gatekeeper or something like this. Gatekeeper is like you beat the up and coming guys, you just knock them off. Like Derek Brunson, yeah. Like Derek Brunson, exactly. He loses all the big fights. He loses to all the contenders. And more than likely, he's gonna lose again if he fights another contender. If he fights someone outside of the top 10, he's probably gonna knock them out. Josh Emmett, his skill set is very shit too. Like he has some boxing, a little bit of wrestling, weak jiu-jitsu. He gets finished by Yair Rodriguez. If you start getting finished by a guy like Yair Rodriguez by submission, that was his first submission ever. He doesn't finish people by submission, he knocks people out. So maybe that's a testament to Yair Rodriguez's improvement as a fighter, but it's also a testament to how shit Emmett's jiu-jitsu defense is. You know? He just lost to Ilia Topuria. He didn't get knocked out, but that shit was brutal. He got fucking battered. His face looks like a fucking cartoon character. I mean, dude, you should retire, man, because you're not making a lot of money. How much is he making? What's his contract? 50 and 50? At best, 50 and 50. And 50 and 50 means you get 50K to show up in the cage, and 50K to win. So the thing is, if you don't win, you only go home with half your check. Half your check, 50%. Damn. Fuck, man. That's depressing, you know? That's fucking depressing, dude. Like, you go home with half your check if you lose. I feel like Dana White should get rid of those win-loss bonuses, you know? I feel like they should get rid of it because, you know, I mean, these guys, man, they be fighting like forever. How long has Josh Allen been a professional? Like 10 years or something? And he's only getting paid 50 and 50 and he's like 30-something years old. And then if you look at how much money goes out of these fighters' pocket, you got to pay training camp like 12K, 15K, because you got to bring in specialized guys. You got to bring in guys that can mimic his style. You got to bring in southpaws, kickboxers, grapplers, jiu-jitsu guys, high-level jiu-jitsu guys. You got to bring in this guy. You got to bring in that guy. You got to bring in a dynamic kicker that can emulate Yair Rodriguez's style. And you got to pay each training partner because you want them to do a good job, right? You don't want them to do it for free because then they won't do a good job. And then you got to pay your manager. Then you got to pay your coaches also 10%. Then you got to pay your manager. And then you got to pay taxes on top of that. Then you got to pay travel expenditure. Then you got to pay food. Then you got to pay rent. Then you got to pay living expenses. You're done. There's no money left. You're fucked. There's no money left. Maybe you're left with a couple $100, $1,000, like 2,000. It's nothing. Like if you're risking your fucking life in the cage and you're getting paid peanuts, essentially, you know? That's my little 2 cents on fighter pay and Josh Emmett. I think he should retire. And I think Curtis Blades should retire. I think Tony Ferguson should retire. I think Dan Hooker should retire. Bro, that guy's finished. He's never going to win a title. He's never going to... I mean, even Brendan Schaub said it in one of his videos, right? If you're not going to... I mean, who makes good money? Like, they find good money. And then you look at it and then you're like, okay. Only if you're a champion getting pay-per-view points do you make real money. Other than that, you're just going to be making shit money, you know, 20 and 20. Well, no, not 20 and 20. When you first join the UFC, you get paid 12 and 12, which is nothing. Literally nothing. And the extra 12 is not guaranteed because you have to win. You have to win. So let's say they get paid $12K. $12K. $12,000 for your first UFC fight. Damn. It's ridiculous. And the UFC could easily change that win-loss model to 2020 to just say, okay, let them get 20K at least. Okay, 20K, not even 24K. Give them 20K, a flat number. You know? Because how are you going to plan ahead and plan your next fight if you lose this fight, you're fucked? Like, because you're going to make half of the money, and then you won't even be able to pay for the next training camp. You have to borrow money, and dude, most of these fighters that you know, most of these UFC fighters, they have to have second jobs, bro. Most of these guys, they have to have 2 jobs, 3 jobs on top of being a fighter. It kind of makes you think a little bit, doesn't it? What the fuck is the point of being a fighter? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It makes 0 sense financially. Unless you're going to be Conor. You know, there you go. Yeah, but even Conor got paid 12 and 12 at the beginning, right? Even Conor got paid 16 and 16. Conor got paid 10 and 10. It wasn't even 12 and 12 back then. It was 10 and 10. So he moved his way up the rankings, but still, come on. Even he's not getting paid his full amount that he deserved. Because you know that fight with Mayweather that he had? The $100 million? 50-50 with the UFC. Are you kidding me? He's the one that has to go in the fight. He has to go in there in the ring and fight. And Dana gets paid. But he didn't even fight. Dana just sits there and he gets paid. Well, business, right? I mean, that's what it is, right? It's a business. But, you know, it just... I don't get it, bro. I don't understand. I just don't understand it, to be honest with you. Well, I do understand it because if you give them more money then they may not want to fight again, right? He said that in one of his videos, but no one's getting paid millions of dollars in the UFC. None of them are getting paid millions in the UFC. Unless you're Israel Adesanya, Conor McGregor, who else? Even the champions don't get paid that much money. Even the champions don't even get paid millions. Brandon Moreno, he doesn't get paid millions. He gets 300K, which is still a lot of money, you know, but still. Yeah, the UFC thing is a bit of a weirdo, man. I think he should retire. Josh Emmett, retire, bro. Please.